Let's discuss the pros and cons of both silicone and vinyl baby dolls. Let's get right into it. First up, this is my baby doll named Bliss that I'm sure you've seen in many shorts and some other long form videos. She's made out of vinyl, so she's kind of like weighted like a real baby, as I've stated before, and she has painted on green blue veins. Her fingernails are painted in a way or polished in a way that makes her look pretty lifelike. Her body is stuffed with fluffy cotton. I think they call it angel silk. And she's not squishy to the touch. So she's a much more durable option, especially for a child. However, you probably wouldn't want to give her to a child unless it's a very responsible child that doesn't act violent or aggressive with their dolls and other toys. She's very low maintenance. You cannot put her in water. She's not waterproof, so you would never have to give her a bath. Her hair is painted on, as you see, so you would never have the issue of like hair plugs falling out, loose hair, or shedding. And because she's vinyl, she's a little more tough. Like if a dog gets a hold of her, she might not be totally toast. I mean, it wouldn't be a good thing, but unlike silicone, it's a little more resistant to biting, scratching, pulling, squeezing. It doesn't tear the same way. When dressing her, you want to be a little bit careful as to not roughly pull on or off her clothes, because it could, over time, sort of fade or scuff off her nice artwork. You can see her veins here a little bit. So vinyl reborns, to sum it up, they're good for mature children who know how to take care of things and won't destroy a nice piece of art like this. Or they're great for therapy dolls for women or even older adults, even maybe in a nursing home. Easy to take care of. You don't have to bathe them. Hair doesn't stick to them. A little more durable and resistant to falls. This one is the Nevea Sculpt by Denise Pratt, I believe. I'll pin a comment below about where to get similar reborn dolls. Let's move on to our silicone beauty, Nyla. This baby has gone viral on shorts. If you haven't seen, check out that playlist pinned below. She is silicone, so her face is very squinky and squishy, kind of like a gummy food or those squishy toys that you see. Because of this, she's not a great option for children, especially if they're on the more violent or destructive side. Also, if an animal like a cat or a dog gets their nails into her, she's pretty much damaged immediately and forever. So she's a great doll for collectors like me, or maybe an older adult, a therapy doll. There's just something very aesthetically pleasing when you can squish something, kind of like a stress ball. But yes, you have to be very careful with her. And also, this material attracts dust and all sorts of fabric and hairs and pet fur to stick to it. This means that you must bathe her. And after bathing her, you have to apply a thin layer of powder to help her not be sticky again. What happens is, over time, the silicone gets a bit sticky, and then furs and hairs stick to the skin, causing it to be very unsightly and grimy or dirty looking. So then you have to gently bathe them. See, there's one of my hairs on her little foot right now. So after you bathe them with a mild soap and water, lukewarm water would be best, you then can apply some baby powder onto a makeup brush and just put it all over the doll's body, and then she won't feel sticky. And for maybe like 6 weeks or so, she will no longer attract so many hairs and little pieces of fiber and dust. But unfortunately, because you have to bathe and powder her, it does make her very high maintenance. And also, this mohair that was hand sewn in with a needle, well, of course, with a needle. It's a very arduous process though. That's why I mentioned it's with a needle. As you can see, it's rooted. The hair comes out very easily. So if you brush it too hard or a child holds the doll by the head might even come off just because of the squishy, delicate material. And also the hair comes out as well very easily with hair bows, headbands. That's why you never see me hardly ever put a hair bow or a hat on this baby. In the pinned comment below, I will put where I got her. It will be a link to a previous video that explains where I like to buy dolls. So yes, you have to be extremely careful with silicone, especially full body silicone dolls such as Nyla, and they're hyper realistic, more realistic than the vinyl doll over here, Bliss. However, she is more expensive and more work or maintenance goes into her. The squishiness is super fun. You just have to be very careful with her, and when dressing her, you have to dress them extra slowly, because if you don't dress her with like socks or mittens on, it can definitely wear away the paint. And not only that, but it can cause little nicks, scuffs, or indentations in her skin, the soft squishy silicone, since it can be peeled off kind of. And adding to the hyperrealism is the fact that her little mouth can open and take a bottle pacifier. It can look like she's chewing on a teether, so that's some extra fun with role play if you like that type of therapy, or just to mess around with the dolls like that, or take super realistic pictures. This one takes a magnetic. So to recap everything I've said, if you're more of a beginner or a younger person, I would recommend vinyl Reborns to you. And if you're more mature and want a doll that's a little more on the pricey side, but is hyper realistic, can take a bottle or pacifier for photos or cute videos, or maybe to shock people in the public if you want to travel with them or something, then I totally recommend a silicone doll. And it could be partial, it wouldn't have to be full body. This one is super heavy. I should also mention that. Like, I almost struggle sometimes to pick her up. The other one she's also heavy, but this one's extremely heavy to me. So if you had to choose today, which would it be? A vinyl Reborn for your collection or a silicone? Let me know in a comment below. Thanks for watching.